رياض يا الطاس يا المعنى خط بكتابك الترحيب لو صرافة ليلك وجنة بالدجا في الليل تسري.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. إن الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا. إنه من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له، وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له، وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله. أما بعد، فإن أصدق الحديث كتاب الله تعالى، وخير الهدي هدي محمد صلى الله عليه وآله وسلم، وشر الأمور محدثاتها، وكل محدثة بدعة، وكل بدعة ضلالة، وكل ضلالة في النار. أما بعد, my dear brothers and sisters in Islam, today is our weekly class, Al-Raqa'iq, Matters of the Heart. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala soften our hearts. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala purify our hearts. And may Allah fill our hearts with the Iman and Taqwa. Ameen. And we are talking about the Iman and the importance of the Iman. And today we'll be talking about the tree of Iman. Yes, the tree of Iman. And this tree of Iman, okay, has to grow, has to become very strong. Its roots should go deep into the soil so that it will withstand strong winds. So everyone has this tree, he has to take care of it. Because if you neglect this tree, it will weaken, it will not grow, it will die, become dry. Then the slightest blow of wind will uproot it. You're following. Be careful. We need to wake up. Everyone has to work on this tree, the tree of the Iman. So if this tree is neglected, you neglect this tree, you don't water it, you don't remove the weeds, you don't give it fertilizers, you don't protect it, what do you expect of this tree? Definitely, the answer is known. Inevitably, the tree will die. And that's what will happen to your Iman. If you neglect your Iman, this tree of Iman will die, and that Iman will start falling, fading away, going away, until it leaves you totally, and you come out of the fold of Islam. That's why we have to pay attention to the parables and the examples and the similitudes that are mentioned in the Quran when we are reading the Quran. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in Surah Ibrahim, ayah 24 to 25, ألم ترى كيف ضرب الله مثلا كلمة طيبة كشجرة طيبة أصلها ثابت وفرعها في السماء تؤتي أكلها كل حين بإذن ربها ويضرب الله الأمثال للناس لعلهم يتذكرون. Let us read the English translation, then ponder this beautiful two verses. Allah is saying, do you not see how Allah sets forth, coins for you, mentions for you a parable, a metaphor of a good word, a good tree whose roots are firm and whose branches are in the sky. It bears fruit. This tree, it bears fruit all the time by its Lord's permission. Allah sets forth parables, metaphors for people so that hopefully they will pay heed, they will receive admonition, they will remember. Let us now reflect on this beautiful two verses. Alam tara. So Allah is posing this question. Alam tara. Haven't you seen? Or do you not see? Okay. Here, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is calling us to reflect. Because seeing can be with the eyes and can be with the eye of the heart. ألم ترى كيف فعل ربك بأصحاب الفيل. Okay. Haven't you seen what your Lord did to the people of the elephant? Talking to his prophet. The prophet definitely did not see that, because he was born in that year. Yet Allah telling him, haven't you seen what your Lord did to the people of the elephant? So here, Allah is telling his Prophet ﷺ, haven't you heard? Because this fact is established fact. It's a reality, as if you are seeing it. You cannot, no one can deny it. No one can deny that event. So if it is just like the Prophet ﷺ is seeing it, it's so known, well-established fact. No one can deny it because it happened to everyone. Everyone saw it. Everyone saw the birds and the fleet of birds that came carrying small stones, baked one, and wiped out the army. So when Allah is telling his prophet, Alam tara, what Allah did to the people of the elephant, because it is established fact. And The Iman necessitates that whatever Allah mentions to you, it is something factual, truthful, very true, as if you are seeing it. Because what Allah said, finish. What Allah said, you accept it without any shred of doubt. That's why the Sahaba, they say to the Prophet ﷺ, O Prophet of Allah, you talk to us about the Jannah and Nar, heaven and hell, as if we are seeing it. We feel that we are there. We can see it, visualize it. We feel we are inside the Jannah. Because this screen between you and the unseen, when your Iman increases, this screen becomes thinner and thinner, and you feel that you are there. That's why many of the Salaf, they said, if this screen is removed totally, that will not affect my Iman. Because to me, it is a fact. I'm seeing it. I'm seeing it. Because the Iman, the tree of Iman in the hearts of the Sahaba was deeply rooted. So when they read about the hellfire, about the Jannah, they feel that they are there already. They don't have doubt at all. You know, in one of the battles, one of the Sahaba was eating few dates, small number, a few dates in his hand. He was holding. So he said, O Prophet of Allah, what is between me and the Jannah, between me from this situation, what I am in now, and the Jannah? What is the distance? He said, nothing. Except what you are having in your hand. The time that you consume chewing and eating these dates, that's what stops you from entering the Jannah. Okay? So here, the Sahabi immediately, he said, it is a long life to wait until I finish these dates. He threw the dates and he went to the battlefield and he was martyred. Finished. He wants to the Jannah. Because they know the moment the soul comes out, they are in the Jannah. They know that very well. That's why the Sahabi, when he was stabbed with the spear and the blood gushed, he took a handful of his blood and he said, Fustu Rabb al-Kaaba. I won by the Lord of the Kaaba. They know. They know. So this screen is still thin to them. So here Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying, Alam tara kayfa daraba Allahu mathala. So he wants us to visualize this tree. Because coining and giving parables and similitudes by something material it makes the meaning so clear, because now you have a picture, and the picture is worth than 1,000 words. So you can see. So that's the wisdom behind coining and mentioning metaphors and parables in the Quran. So now you visualize, you are seeing this tree of Iman. ألم ترى كيف ضرب الله مثلا. Don't you see? Haven't you seen? Haven't you pondered and reflected upon this tree of Iman, the example, the parable that Allah said? Kalima tayyiba, for this good word, and this kalima tayyiba is the shahada, the word of the tawheed. Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah Rasulullah. This kalima tayyiba. That's why the Prophet ﷺ in Bukhari, when his uncle Abu Talib was breathing his last, he came to him and he said, Ya Amma, Qul, oh my uncle, say, Qul la ilaha illallah. So this is the kalima tayyiba. Qul la ilaha illallah kalimatan uhajju laka biha indallah. Kalima. Because kalima can mean a sentence. Okay, excuse me, I have to digress to grammar. I repeat, my advice for you, my dear brothers and sisters, if you want to know your Islam, learn Arabic. Learn Arabic. Don't waste your lifetime depending on the translations. Your library from one wall to another wall, all English, 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 French, French. What is this? When are you going to learn Arabic? When are you going to read and understand Kalamullah and the Sunnah of the Prophet ﷺ? Through the translations? What a waste. What a waste. You're wasting your time. كلمة كلامنا لفظ مفيد كاستقم اسم وفعل ثم حرف الكلم وحده كلمة والقول عم وكلمة بها كلام قد يؤم. This is what Ibn Malik mentioned in his Alfiyah. Alfiyah is a poem by the grammarian, the leader of the grammarians, one of the famous scholars and grammarians, Ibn Malik. 1,000 poetic verses in which he sums up the rules of grammar. So in the beginning of it, he's saying, when he talks about the parts of speech, he said, kalamuna, kalamuna. Our speech, Arabs, the Arabs, our speech. Kalamuna, lafdhun mufidun, lafdhun. It is an utterance, articulation, lafd. The words are thrown out. That's why it's called lafdhun, lafd. Because lafada means to throw out. So you throw out the words. Kalamuna lafdhun mufidun. So it is beneficial. Informative. Mufid here. It means informative. It gives you information. This word when I say something. Kalamuna lafdhun mufidun. So this is the kalam and the speech of the Arabs. Kalamuna lafdhun mufidun kastaqim. Then he gave you an example, like istaqim. imperative, command, فعل أمر, استقم, be upright, behave yourself, تستقم. Then he is going to tell you the parts of the speech in Arabic. تستقم اسم وفعل ثم حرف الكلم. اسم, the parts of speech in Arabic. اسم, name, noun, فعل, verb, and حرف, letter or article or preposition. So this all, read the Quran, read the Sunnah, anything, you'll find it, either it is a noun, ism, or it is verb, or it is the harf or letter or preposition or article. Like for example, alam tara, what is a? Letter. Lam, article, harf jazm. Tara, verb. So, كلامنا لفظ مفيد تستقم. اسم, noun, name of things. So I want you, when you are reading the Quran, you ask yourself, this word, what is it? It is verb. Okay. Then if it is fi'l, it will be followed with fa'il, subject. And then you ask yourself, is this fi'l, verb, is it transitive or intransitive? Lazim or muta'addi? It is transitive. So there must be maf'ul bihi, an object. Search for it. So when you are reading, okay, the ayat, you come across the verb, look for the fa'il, the subject. There must be subject, fa'il. Either it is mentioned, or it is explicit or implicit, implied. كلامنا لفظ مفيد كاستقم اسم وفعل ثم حرف. These are the three types of the parts of speech in Arabic. اسم وفعل ثم حرف الكلم. So now we have الكلم, كلام, كلمة. Three things. كلم, كلام, كلمة. اسم وفعل ثم حرف الكلم واحده كلمة. So الكلم is more than 3 words or 2 words. That's called kalim. Kalam, the difference between kalam and kalim. The kalim is more than 2 words or 3 words. The kalim. Kalima can be less than that. Kalam can be less than that. For example, قام الرجل, the man stood up. نام الطفل, the boy slept. This is kalam. But the kalam has to be informative. It gives me full meaning. It gives me full meaning, the kalam. When we say gives me full meaning, that means when I hear you, the boy slept, finish. Sentence has been completed. This is kalam. I will not ask for more elaboration and explanation. أفاد معنى, I am satisfied. The kalam. Kalim can be more than 3 words, and not necessarily it conveys full meaning. The kalim can be, for example, if so and so comes at this time, in this place, on this day, see, إن جاء زيد في الساعة السابعة في المكان الفلاني. See how many words? Okay, then what? You are still waiting for me to give you full information. Okay, what do you want me to do? If X person comes at this time to your home carrying this bag, okay, what do you want me to do? So this is not kalam, because it hasn't conveyed the full meaning to me. It is kalim. There are many words, but they don't make any sense. What do you want? The sentence hasn't been completed. I hope that you're following. كلامنا لفظ مفيد كاستقم اسما وفعلا ثم حرفا الكلم. So the kalim, not necessarily it gives you full meaning and sentence is complete. That's just kalim. ثم حرفا الكلم واحده, the individual word and building unit of this kalim is kalima. واحده كلمة والقول عم. When we say القول, qawl means saying. It can be kalima, it can be kalam, it can be kalim, the qawl. والقول عام, it is more, it's broader. The word القول. والقول عام. وكلمة بها كلام قد يؤم. Sometimes the word kalima means kalam. وكلمة بها كلام قد يؤم. And sometimes the Arabs, they use the word kalima and they don't mean one single word. No, they mean a speech. ألقى الملك كلمته. The king delivered his speech, his kalima. And now we listen to kalimat al-Ra'is. Now we will listen to the speech of the president, kalima. وكلمة بها كلام قد يؤم. Now we'll come back to the ayah. I do these things on purpose so that maybe these things will trigger your appetite for learning Arabic. ألم ترى كيف ضرب الله مثلا كلمة طيبة. كلمة. So what does it mean, this word in English? They translated word, which means sentence actually. Kalima. What is this kalima? La ilaha illallah. How many words are there? This is the kalima. Wa kalima biha kalamun qad yu'am. And the word kalima, sometimes it means sentence, full sentence, or speech. That's why the Prophet ﷺ was begging and asking his uncle, Abu Talib, Ya Ammah, oh my uncle, Qul, say, La ilaha illallah, kalima. This is kalima. Are you following? See the beauty of Arabic. ألم ترى كيف ضرب الله مثلا كلمة. طيبة, a good word. See the kalima of the Tawheed. كشجرة طيبة. So this, the example and the likeness and the similitude of this beautiful and good word is like a good tree. كشجرة طيبة. Good tree. What is this good tree? The Prophet ﷺ was sitting one day and he said, the mu'min is like a tree. The likeness of the mu'min, the true believer, is like a tree. So the Sahaba started thinking about all types of the trees. Someone is saying, oh, this tree, that tree. Ibn Umar, I think, Ibn Umar was young. He figured out that this tree is the date palm tree. Date palm tree. But see how the children of the Sahaba were brought up, disciplined. The rest of the Sahaba, everyone mentioned what he thought, and the Prophet ﷺ told them, no, no, no. So here, Ibn Umar was young. So he said, I felt shy to say it because of the elders. And I'm the youngest. Then the Prophet mentioned it, told them the date palm tree, an-nakhla, an-nakhla. When Ibn Umar told his father, I knew it was the nakhla. He said, why didn't you say it, Umar? I want to be happy. Why you kept quiet? So now we have this kalimat al-tawheed, kalima tayyibah, and we have this, the mu'min is compared like this shajara tayyibah and nakhla, the date palm tree. And this nakhla is a blessed tree. It survives in harsh environment, little water. All the time, the leaves are green. So beautiful when you look at the nakhla and this date palm tree. Beautiful. It bears fruit every year. Every part of this date palm tree is beneficial, useful, can be used. The fruit. We take the fruit and we eat the fruit at different phases. We can eat it when it is half ripe and half not. Half of it is tamar, half of it is not, and that's what we call rutab, like fruit. So Allah made this tree, the fruit of it, at certain time you can use it, you can eat it now. And then after a while it will dry, so now you can store it. Allahu Akbar. You can store this date, you use it throughout the year. We only eat the flesh, the meat. We don't eat the seeds. But these seeds cannot be thrown away. They are very good food for the animals. So they take the seeds of the date and the crush and they feed to their animals and the animals they become fat. And guess what? Nowadays they are making coffee of it. Coffee. They take the seeds, they roast them, they grind them. Coffee. Go to the coffee places where they are selling coffee. You can buy this coffee made of the seeds of the date palm tree, of the dates. The leaves also can be used. They make baskets of them. So if this tree fell down after age, because everything will come to an end, of course. So the trees, they have a lifespan. So after years, this tree will die. So they will cut it. And they will use every part of it. The leaves, they make baskets and mats of this. They weave and make baskets and mats. The fibers of the tree they are using, and they can make also other stuff. The trunk of the tree is used. In the past, they would use them in building the ceilings. The kernel, you see, inside the trunk, I've seen these things with my own eyes when I was young. And inside the kernel, the meat inside, we eat it. So delicious, sweet, beautiful. So everything is used. So every component of this tree is beneficial, can be used. And likewise, the mu'min. The mu'min is just like this tree. He is helpful. He is kind. His presence in the community, just like the presence of that date palm tree. Helpful, kind. Tries to help everyone. He extends his hand to everyone. He is a constructive element in the community. That's why, as long as there are mu'mineen, believers, the hour will not start, the doomsday, until all the believers are gone. Only disbelievers are there. Now Allah will establish the hour. Because the believers, they left this world, Allah will send that pleasant, nice breeze passes under their arms and they die. That's why towards the end of time, the Kaaba will be destroyed, demolished by a man from Abyssinia, and who will dig out the treasures beneath the Kaaba, because no one will come perform Hajj and Umrah, no Muslims, no believers. That's towards the end of time. So Allah is telling us this beautiful kalima, the kalima of the Tawheed, the key of the Jannah. You know the key of the Jannah is La ilaha illallah? That's the key of it. Without this La ilaha illallah, no Jannah. You will not enter the Jannah. كلمة طيبة شجرة طيبة أصلها ثابت. The root. Because the asl, what is the meaning of asl? The asl is the thing that another thing is based in it and built on it. So when you build something on something, the foundation is the asl. ما بني عليه غيره. Something else is based on it and built on it. So the foundation is called the asl. So this foundation of this tree, which are the roots, and the roots of the date palm trees, they go, they underneath, and they can go deep to reach the water. That's why they are firm. Wind is blowing, and you'll find them, they are going like that, but they will not fall. So likewise, the tree of the Iman in your heart should be so strong. So no matter how strong is the wind, how strong are the deviant thoughts, philosophies, ideologies are blowing, you remain firm. You remain firm, withstanding all these challenges, confronting all these challenges because of the Iman. And no wonder that the Prophet ﷺ for 13 years in Mecca was watering this tree of Iman in the hearts of the Sahaba. Because there is heavy task they have to shoulder. So the Iman was instilled in the hearts. And then he kept watering this tree of Iman in their hearts. And then they established the state in Medina and started taking the message of guidance to mankind. You read history, in no time, from nomadic tribes, the Sahaba, to bearers of light, torch of light, guidance. From people who were savage, alcoholic, womanizers, bearing their daughters alive, into teachers. Role models. You know, the Muslims, when they entered Damascus, they, of course, they encircled Damascus for a while. Damascus was under siege. And finally, people of Damascus agreed to open the gates of the city by signing peace treaty and truce. And what is today Masjid Al Amry in Damascus, it was a church. So the Muslims were praying the Sahaba in part of it, and the Christians in the other part. When the priests, they saw the Sahaba and the way they pray, they they are just a copy of the disciples of Christ. We don't see any difference between the Sahaba and Hawariyin, the disciples of Christ. Their dedication, their sincerity, their manners, their etiquettes, their characters, etc. So you need to take care of this tree of Iman in your heart. كشجرة طيبة أصلها ثابت. So the tree of Iman has to be strong, okay, well established, deeply rooted in your heart. أصلها ثابت وفرعها في السماء. فرعها في السماء. Its branches are reaching out, are in the sky, the branches of this tree, just like the branches of the date palm tree. So the branches of the tree of Iman, they are high in the sky, and there are many, which are the deeds, your deeds, and they should be diversified, many types of deeds. وفرعها في السماء. This tree تؤتي أكلها كل حين بإذن ربها. لا إله إلا الله. This tree, the date palm tree, for example, or the tree of Iman we are talking about, and of course, we are talking about this tree metaphorically, figuratively. There is no tree inside your heart. But this is to visualize the meaning. It bears fruit all the time by its Lord's permission. And that is exactly what the tree of Iman should bear. In the same way, the date palm tree bears fruit, the tree of Iman in your heart bears fruit. And the fruit of this tree of Iman in your heart, your a'mal, your deeds, your actions. If there are no good deeds, that means this tree needs to be saved. It's going to die if you don't hurry up and remove the weeds and remove all the things that harm its growth. What are the weeds? What are the things that are stopping this tree of Iman from growing? The sins you commit. They are killing this tree. And you are not watering it. How do I water the tree of Iman in my heart? I water it by ibadah, good deeds. That is the water for the tree of Iman. So if I start feeding this tree and watering it and removing the harmful, parasitic grass and insects and all these things, then this tree will grow. But if it is neglected, it will die. So it will not bear fruit. Okay? So if you have the tree of Iman in your heart, people should see the fruit. Good deeds, good manners. When they see you, they say, MashaAllah. Because they see your deeds, you see your actions. You cannot say, I have the tree of Iman, but this tree doesn't bear fruit. No, no, that tree is dead. Because if there is a tree and it is alive, it will bear fruit. So, no a'mal, no good deeds, that means Iman is almost zero. So everyone, if you take care of the tree of Iman in his heart or her heart, يؤتي كلها كل حين بإذن ربها. ويضرب الله الأمثال للناس لعلهم يتذكرون. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He sets these parables, metaphors for mankind, for us, so that perhaps we will be reminded, perhaps we will become mindful, we will pay heed and become heedful and receive admonition. Then another ayah, which is in the same surah, 26, Allah said, so now this tree of Iman, there's another tree, my dear brothers and sisters, and the other tree is the tree of disbelief, the tree of kufr. The disbeliever has a tree of disbelief in his heart. ومثل كلمة خبيثة مثل كلمة خبيثة لا إله إلا الله ومثل كلمة خبيثة كشجرة خبيثة اجتثت من فوق الأرض ما لها من قرار. And the parable of an evil word is that of an evil tree uprooted from the earth, having no stability. No stability. ومثل كلمة خبيثة. This is the word of kufr. The disbelief is khabith, evil. That's why one who has this evil tree in his heart, the disbelief, the kufr, blasphemy, he is doomed to destruction. He is a loser. He is a loser. And that's why the Prophet ﷺ said, "Ad-dunya jannatul kafir, sijn al-mu'min." Dunya, this word, is the paradise of the disbeliever and prison for the believer. Because for the disbeliever, what's there awaits him or her is the hellfire. So Allah give them this worldly life, dunya, and that is their paradise. So this word of kufr, the disbelief, and the tree of disbelief, khabitha, evil. وَمَثَلُ كَلِمَةٍ خَبِيثَةٍ. And the likeness and the parable of an evil word is just like that evil plant or tree. The books of tafsir, they said, like these plants that they have no roots. You can just easily uproot it like that. And you know, like letters, like the other types of plants, can easily pull it out. Or they said like the green, the plants that are normally grow on dung hills. You see, it is nice, but it is khabith, and it has no roots. You can easily uproot it. And that is the kufr. The kufr has no roots, because kufr is an intruder. Because every human being, Allah created him believer, believing in Allah. So the disbelief, something happened to him. Originally, he is not a disbeliever. That's why the Prophet ﷺ said, "Kullu mawlud yuladu al fitrah." Every child is born upon the fitrah, this natural inclination and natural disposition. If a child is left, he will have that tendency to worship Allah. فأبواه يهودانه أو ينصرانه أو يمجسانه. So then external factors, they come, the family. So his family, this child, make him a Jew or a Christian or Zoroastrian. So the origin is the Iman, not the Kufr. Kufr is a foreign body. And this is the beauty of Arabic. It's called Kufr. What is Kufr? What is kafara? Kafara means to cover, and like a covering in English. Like cover in English. So kufr means to cover. You know, in some accents, the English, they say, the kufr, yes, you cover it. Kufr means to cover it. Exactly. That's the meaning of kufr. You are covering something. You are covering God. You are covering the Iman, which is there. The origin, the Iman. You are covering it. That's why if you take any atheist of those atheists, okay, throw him from an airplane, for example, from a high building, what is going to say? Oh my God. If you are on board and the announcement came, ladies and gentlemen, there's a bad news. The engine failed. One engine failed. Oh, the other one, keep praying. Okay? We don't know whether they're going to make it or not. And they are atheists. This atheist sitting next to you, what is going to do? The believer will start praying. The atheist also will start praying. Huh? Because now it is death. They will not say there's no God. They say, oh my God. I remember a long time ago, I read in a memoir of one of the paratroopers during the Second World War. He was an atheist. So when he jumped, the parachute man, the parachute didn't open. He started shouting, screaming, oh my God, oh my God. Then it opened. And he mentioned that. So any human being, when he is under pressure, critical situation, that kafir, the kufr will dissipate, will go away, and the iman will come out. The Pharaoh, Fir'aun, when he was drowning. Now I believe in what Banu Israel believed in. Now it is too late. Too late for you. You forgot that you addressed the Egyptians. You forgot that? Pharaoh. You forgot it? You gathered the people and you address them and you say, Ana Rabbukum al-A'la. I am your Supreme Lord, the Most High. I'm your God. And now you are drowning. You say, I believe in what Banu Israel, the Israelites believed in. Because now that arrogance is gone, that cover is removed. وَمَثَلُ كَلِمَةٍ خَبِيثَةٍ. So the likeness and the parable of an evil word is that of an evil tree. So the disbelief is just like that weak plant. You can easily uproot it with your hand. You can pluck it and remove it. فشجرة خبيثة اجتثت من فوق الأرض ما لها من قرار. Uprooted from the earth, having no stability, no roots for the kufr. No roots for the kufr. That's why وَالْعَاقِبَةُ لِلْمُتَّقِينَ. The ultimate victory, upper hand for the believers, for the pious, for the righteous. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala strengthen our iman and your iman. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala strengthen the tree of iman in our hearts. And may Allah give us the ability to take care of this tree. And may Allah save us from spoiling this tree. May Allah save us from committing all types or any sin. Ameen. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala keep us remain steadfast on this beautiful deed till we breathe our last and find our Rabb pleased with all of us. Ameen. May Allah bless us with the beneficial knowledge and righteous deeds. And may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala forgive us our faults and mistakes and ignorance. And may Allah unite our ummah on the haqq and unite our hearts on the haqq. May Allah protect our ummah and bless our ummah. And may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala help those who are suffering. And may Allah accept their dead. And may Allah elevate their status in Jannat al-Na'im. And may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala show us the bright future of this deen soon. Ameen. And may Allah reward all of you, my dear brothers and sisters, immensely for your patience and attendance. Barakallahu feekum. Jazakumullahu khayran. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Ameen wa alaykum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Jazakumullahu khair, Sheikh, for today's lessons and reminders in our class of the matters of the heart. For those of you who are watching, I just wanted to make a quick announcement that from today onwards, for the following weekends, inshallah, our lessons will be starting at 12 o'clock UK time, unless the times change, in which case you can stay tuned in the WhatsApp group where you'll be notified, or you can subscribe to the YouTube channel and turn on the notification bell and you will be notified when we are going live, inshallah. I also wanted to say that all of the previous episodes of these sessions are compiled on the playlists on the YouTube channel in order. So if you have missed any previous lessons or would like to catch up or would like to rewatch any previous lessons, you can find them all there, inshallah. If you're not in the WhatsApp group, you can join by texting at the Fitrah phone number, which has been sent in the YouTube live chat, where we will have our Q&A session right now. We had some questions left over, so we will start from there, inshallah. Or you can send your questions in the live chat and someone can forward them to the group, inshallah.
Good clear, Abdullah, good clear.
Our first question, Sheikh, is asking, Assalamu alaikum.
So,
Is it possible for shayateen to influence dreams, and how?
to enter our what? Dreams?
Yes.
Actually, the dreams from the shaitan. The dreams are from the shaitan. That's why when you go to sleep, you read Ayatul Kursi and have wudu, so that you will not have these bad dreams. And if you have a bad dream, the Prophet ﷺ said, you spit on your left side and it will not harm you. And you don't mention it to anyone, the bad dream. But if you see a good dream, then you can mention it to whomever you love, and you can mention it or relate it to someone who knows how to interpret dreams. Next.
Jazakumullahu khair. The next question is asking, what would be the ruling on someone who seeks to avoid male circumcision because he was born with hypersensitivity, so he's very, very sensitive to those kind of touch?
Someone who's born sick to avoid what?
As being circumcised.
If the doctor says this is going to cause harm to you, Muslim doctor, okay, or a non-Muslim doctor, but he is honest and an expert, so he's saying that an operation is going to cause harm to him and there will be negative consequences, then circumcision can be left, because circumcision is from Sunan al-Fitrah, and it is obligatory upon men, of course. But if it is going to cause harm to the person, it can be avoided. And his salah is correct and everything. Because many Muslims, ignorant ones, the moment a revert, a brother becomes Muslim, they say, have you cut? Have you cut? Have you cut? Cut what? Huh? No, you have to. You cannot pray. You cannot. Who said this? Go and learn your Islam first. So my dear brothers, revert. Don't listen to any Muslim. Huh? Not every Muslim knows his deen, okay? Be careful. And you might know Islam more than them. We know Ibrahim alayhi salam, the father of all prophets. He circumcised himself when he was very old man. He himself circumcised himself. Does this mean all his prayers were invalid? Ignorance, the problem. Next question.
Jazakumullahu khair. The next question is asking, Assalamu alaikum. Can you do a nawafil salah with two intentions, or the intention for two different things? So for example, entering the masjid and doing two nawafil for entering the masjid, while also making the same intention for praying, for example, a sunnah salah for like before the fard.
You see, here I want you to understand one thing. The problem that many of us, we don't know the terminologies of the ulama, the fuqaha. So tahiyyat al-masjid, this is the two rak'ahs you pray when you enter the masjid. It's only a terminology used by the fuqaha, that when you enter a masjid, don't sit without praying two rak'ahs. Any two rak'ahs will do. There's nothing called, the Prophet ﷺ didn't say tahiyyat masjid. No. He said, إذا دخل أحدكم المسجد فلا يجلسن حتى يصلي ركعتين. That's it. When you enter the masjid, don't sit down before praying two rak'ahs. It can be sunnah, it can be anything. So now I came, entered the masjid, I prayed the sunnah of dhuhr. The sunnah of dhuhr, finish. No need for me to pray two rak'ahs tahiyyat masjid and then the two sunnah, rak'ah sunnah for the dhuhr. No. The sunnah of the dhuhr will cover that, because I didn't sit down without praying two rak'ahs. I hope this is clear to the question now. Next.
Jazakumullahu khair, Sheikh. The next question is asking, I have read that if a Muslim dies of a stomach disease, he is considered a martyr. Does this include liver failure due to diabetes?
We hope so, inshallah, because al-mat'un shaheed, al-mat'un, al-mabtun shaheed. Okay, mat'un means the one who died because of the plague. Al-mabtun, the one who died because of something, abdominal disease, a disease inside the body, abdominal disease. So, inshallah, it falls under that category, and Allah knows best. Next, and this is the last question.
Jazakumullahu khair, Sheikh. Our final question for today is asking, is there any evidence that there are humans outside of prophets that are living right now in heaven?
Again, repeat the question.
Yes, the question is asking, is there any evidence that there are human beings, like regular human beings, outside of the prophets that are in heaven already?
The souls of the believers, we know, yes, and the souls of the shuhada, yes. But these are souls, not bodies. Okay? But the prophets whom Allah took up, they are in heaven, yes. And this is ghaib. Anyone who says something about the unseen, he has to produce evidence from Kitab and Sunnah. So we stick to the Kitab and Sunnah. What the Quran told us, we believe in that. That's it. And we should not speculate. I hope this is clear to the questioner.
Jazakumullahu khair, Sheikh. And that brings us to the end of today's session. There are some questions left over, and inshallah, they will be answered in our next lesson next week, Fundamentals of Tawheed class on Saturday. So please don't forget to tune in, 12 o'clock UK time. Stay tuned in the WhatsApp group in case any plans or times change. And Sheikh, if you have any final words, I can pass it to you, inshallah.
Barakallah feekum, jazakumullah khair. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless you. May Allah protect you. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala elevate your status in this world and in Jannat al-Na'im. Ameen. And may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala keep us remain steadfast in this beautiful deen until we plead our last and find our Rabb pleased with all of us. Ameen. Until we meet inshallah in the coming session, I leave you in Allah's company and protection. بحفظ الله ورعايته. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.
آمين وعليكم السلام ورحمة الله وبركاته.